Hey guys, so the main topic of today's episodes is going to be 2021 Bowman Heritage Baseball, Caitlyn Clark SI for Kids rookie card, and a final thought on the 1983 Topps Traded XRC cards. You ready? Then let's do this. Hello and welcome, rookie card collectors. Victor, the rookie card specialist, coming at you with another episode of Hobby News and Views. I'm really enjoying these videos because it really allows me to be a little bit more consistent on my podcast. It allows me the opportunity to cut up certain segments of the video and create other videos. And so it helps me create more content. So I also wanted to let you guys know that on these Hobby News and Views episodes, I've created timestamps on the video in the event that you want to listen to or just skip to a certain topic, or just skip to the topics that you want to listen to, or perhaps listen to again type of thing. So that's more for the viewers' convenience. Also, I'm struggling with calling it Hobby News and Views. I like that concept, but I just think the Hobby News title is just really stretched in many different platforms. Everybody seems to like be giving their hobby news, but that's why I called it Hobby News and Views. But at the same time, I want to make it conducive to like a search on YouTube. So in the event that somebody wants to come in, that's why I call it Sports Card Hobby News and Views. In the event that somebody punches in Sports Cards Hobby News or something, Sports Card News. So I'm struggling with what to call it, I guess is my point. I thought about calling it, Rookie Card Hobby News or RC Hobby News, but who really would do a search for that type of content, right? So I don't know. I'm struggling with that. Maybe you can give me your opinion on that. Also, I wanted to let everybody know I am now affiliated with Hobby News and Views. Excited to be a part of that. It's safe to call it an extension of my relationship with the folks over at Hobby Hotline, which, by the way, if you are interested in Hobby Hotline on Saturday mornings on the Bench Clear Media Network. But if that's something that you don't know about, please check us out there. We have a great show that we put on there. And on Hobby Hotline is where I kind of share current hobby happenings. I don't really share that kind of information here on my channel unless it pertains specifically to the rookie card, right? But other than that, like what happened with, Beckett changing the grading scale and then retracting their comment, stuff like, Panini executives or a bunch of Panini employees leaving Panini and going over to Fanatics. Those kind of things are like hobby happenings that doesn't really directly affect rookie cards. So in that aspect, that's how come I like that platform, because it allows me to share my opinions on that type of stuff, but it's separate from what I'm doing here. So, but I'm now affiliated with Hobby News Daily, which is a new podcast / website that I am going to be contributing as a writer. Now, let me just show you real quick. And here is the website. And this is, the homepage. If you're interested, check out this article here by GemRate. GemRate is contributing certain articles for us. And this one is all about Baseball Hall of Fame rookie cards analysis between 1951 and 1979. And they do an excellent job here at breaking down all kinds of information on the rookie card. Even gives us a little chart there. You can read that at your discretion. I'm not going to read it because I ended up doing an analysis on my YouTube channel, and I come to find out that when I start reading off of a website, it's like my viewership is real good, and then when I start reading off of a website, the viewership just dips, and there's this big dip, and it's basically when I start reading off of a website. So I'm going to stop doing that. But anyways, yeah, check this out. Basically, the biggest thing that I got off of this one was the highest percentage of cards graded since February of 2021, as far as rookie card Hall of Famers, is the 1971 Topps Ted Simmons. The fewest percentage of cards graded is the 1952 Topps Hoyt Wilhelm. So I found that real interesting. You can check out, there's a ton of information there given to us by Generate, and we are appreciative of that. But I'm over here over at the writers section. We've got a wide variety of writers, people who are very seasoned in that craft. I'm down here, and I basically have a, just a bio here introducing myself. And then I have a welcome and intro article, which is the only article I've done so far. And I just, you can check that one out. I try to make them short, and I have I know people aren't big into reading, so I'm not going to put like a 3,000 word article on there. I try to keep it somewhere between 600 and 1,200 words is the area that I like to work off of. But check that out. If you haven't, go ahead and subscribe to that. What you'll do is you will get a weekly email sent to you, and that weekly email comes out on Mondays, and it's going to give you the featured articles of that week. I won't be writing an article every week. I'll only be writing an article once a month. But in there on Mondays, it's going to be a wide variety of articles that you can read. But daily, where the part daily comes in, is a daily podcast that comes out. So go to the podcast platform of your choice, punch in Hobby News Daily, subscribe to that, follow us on that. And what you will get is a daily 5-minute or so podcast, just giving you kind of the hobby news within like the last 24 hours. So it kind of gives you just a quick little snippet, a quick little update. And then, of course, if there's breaking hobby news, you'll get that podcast notification as well when there's breaking hobby news. So with that said, I just wanted to let everybody know my affiliation with that. Now, I actually, to be honest with you, I love writing. Writing is probably my favorite form of content, which is why I started my website in 2016, truerookiecards.com. I have over 130 articles written on there, but I really made the transition to YouTube in 2020. Why did I do that? Because not many people read, to be honest with you. And sports card hobby content, you have to be affiliated with some type of big platform like Sports Collectors Daily or Beckett blogs or that kind of thing. And it just doesn't get a whole lot of traction. So it's really a waste of effort to write an article on like my website, because there's just the flow isn't there for that type of thing. My website, people come more for the articles that I have written on certain players' rookie cards. Those get a lot of views, but like just my regular hobby news and views, there's not a lot of readership on that kind of thing. So the point is that you really need to be affiliated with an organization that has that type of content. And this is a perfect opportunity that really opened up for me. And I really enjoy writing. I absolutely love writing more than making videos, to be honest with you. And so, I thought about I wanted to get involved with writing more so in the beginning, but then it's like some people, they only pay like $25 per article. And it's like, are you kidding me? Do you know how much work goes into creating an article, and you're going to $25? Are you kidding? It's like hey man, that's like a rate from like 1995. It's like, hey man, we got to get these fees brought up, inflation, man. It's like an article should be at the very least be $50 for crying out loud. But other than that, I want to move on to my next topic. I ended up putting a post up on my YouTube channel under my community tab. And I wanted to share that with you guys because it's something that popped up in my head midway through the week. I've been putting a lot of YouTube shorts about rookie card reform, basically giving you the reasons why we need rookie card reform. And then it kind of like came to me like, what is rookie card reform? And if I had to define it, how would I write that? And I basically came up with this. So this is what I shared on my community tab. Rookie card, what I basically did was I took the definition of reform and the definition of rookie card, and I combined them and rewrote them as such. Rookie card reform is the improvement or amendment of what is wrong, corrupt, or unsatisfactory concerning a trading card that is the first to feature an athlete after that athlete has participated at the highest level of competition within their respected sport. And so I really I wanted to put legs on that. And I bring this up for a very important reason and for a very important announcement. I have completely rewritten the 10 commandments of the rookie card. I've actually called it the 10 commandments of the rookie card version 2. Now, if you keep up with my channel, you will know that I have been speaking with attorney Edward Healy, who has inspired me to write up a contractual draft of the 10 commandments of the rookie card. And I'll get into the full details of that on an upcoming episode. So look for that. Stay tuned for that. It's going to be called the 10 commandments of the rookie card version 2. And that's going to be coming out very soon. I have, I'm just mulling things over, letting it settle. I've shared it with a couple of people who I consider friends who are going to give me some feedback and such on that document. And I plan to be releasing it here very soon. It's going to be a free resource for all those who are interested. But I can tell you that with all my years of writing and creating YouTube content, this document is perhaps my greatest work. And that's not tapping myself in the back. It's basically to tell you that this document that I'm going to be releasing, I have poured my heart and soul into it. I spent a complete week's vacation, and that's what I did during my week's vacation, was rewrite this thing. I have over 40 man hours involved in this revision of the 10 commandments of the rookie card. And I can tell you that, to me anyways, it's a very important document, and it really brings together and takes what I've been doing to a whole new level. So we'll be looking out for that. I'm very excited about. I wanted to release it today, but it was like, no, I need to hold off. I need to make sure and edit and tweak and make sure that every dot is dotted and every T is crossed. So be looking out for that. Also, let's get into this 2021 Bowman Heritage baseball. Oh my goodness. So here's something that I really took exception to this past week, and that was the release of 2021 Bowman Heritage baseball, which was also wrapped up with 2022 Bowman baseball. So they were going to have, it's a Topps online exclusive. It was going to be distributed in the 582 Montgomery Club. At the last minute, they opted to pull the pin on that idea and just offer it up to collectors. Just straight up offer it to collectors, anybody with online access anyways. And so this type of stuff, really bothers me because it's 2023, guys. Now there's been this big backlash within the hobby because we didn't get 2021 Bowman Heritage. And so kudos for them releasing that product. I don't know the full story behind why they didn't release 2021 Bowman Heritage, but I know there's a backstory there. If somebody knows it, if you can please leave a comment to give us some guidance on that. But I haven't been really following that part of it. But here's my issue, is that it's 2023 and we're releasing product from 2021 and 2022. Why are we still releasing 2022 product? we're into the baseball season of 2023. We have, to me, this is one of the biggest things that we, the hobby, should be extremely upset about. We have got to stop um, releasing this product years after it's past due. It's like, how is this even legal? If somebody in the industry can please explain this to us, and please, with the slew of 2023 product that we have, and now you're releasing 2021, 2022 product. It's just very unfair, very unfair. You know, the hobby dollars that we have, and now you throw this at us, and for what? Why are we doing this? You know, stop making 2022 product. And guys, where's it going to end if it goes unchecked and nobody cares and nobody says anything about it? What's to stop them to say, hey, here's a 2015 product? What? I mean, I just think that the hobby should be outraged about this type of thing. And some people are. And it needs to make it up the ladder. And I just wish we would, I love this product, but because of what they're doing, I won't touch it. I don't like these types of games, these types of shenanigans. And here you'll see, one of the hottest rookies of the year, Anthony Volpe, he's in 2022 Bowman Heritage. There's no rookie card logo on it. It's not an official rookie card. You know why? Because 2022, he wasn't in the league. This is a prospect card. This is not a rookie card, guys. Also, Jason Dominguez, same thing. So, man, I just don't know. I just wish they would do something about this and just stop printing product. It should be illegal. I just think, baseball product should be printed between the year of that, 2023 product should be allowed to print January 1st to December 31st of 2023. Get all of your product in that time frame, and that's it. Cut it off. Let's move on to another topic. Let's talk about Caitlyn Clark, all-star player for the women's Iowa Hawkeyes. She had a great run in the Sweet 16 tournament. She did a great job. Phenomenal ball player. A list of accolades and accomplishments. She's an amazing player, no doubt about it. Fell a little short in the championship game. LSU really put a whooping on Iowa, to be honest with you. It was over in the second period. And I get the excitement, right? Because everybody wants to jump on the player with all the attention and all the highlight reels and all of that sort of thing. But then there's this flurry, this mad dash to eBay, right? And the hot card now is the 2021 Sports Illustrated for Kids, featuring none other than Caitlyn Clark. And the hype machine really cycled this card through the hype machine, and prices shoot up. Prices had gone $80 to $120 just for her card. Or if it was the full sheet of 9 cards, you were looking at about $150. And just, the buzz and the excitement on the hype. And I get the hype. I enjoy the hype. I mean, I get it. But everybody's, language is rookie card. And that's where it rubs me the wrong way. She's not, this SI for Kids is not a rookie card. Okay. It's a pre-rookie card, because a rookie card has to be by a pro league. It has to be coming through the Players Association. It has to be branded with a rookie card logo. But that doesn't take away the fact that it's a cool card to have. And I agree. I'm not taking nothing away from anybody in that aspect. It's a cool card to own. I would love to have one myself. But my concern is in the lingo and in the prices that we're paying. Because if we do a historical research on Sports Illustrated for Kids, okay, what's going to happen is you're going to pay $120 for this card. 2 years from now, or maybe a year from now, she's going to enter the WNBA. Those are going to be the official true rookie cards of Caitlyn Clark. And now those cards are going to skyrocket. And this SI for kids that of Caitlyn Clark, along with all the other SI for kids, is going to plummet. And even if she remains the top player today, those SI for kids are going to hold very, very little value. And that's how come I'm saying, get what you want, man, but do your research, because you're going to lose big time on that card. And now, granted, these are raw cards right now. None of them have been graded yet. And there might be a little spike on that, but it doesn't matter, because as soon as the pro cards come out, these pre-rookie cards, they typically tank in value 50 to 80%. And so just be mindful of that is all I'm saying. Caitlyn Clark SI for kids is a pre-rookie card, and it's a fantastic card to have. But right now would be a good time to sell, not a good time to buy. You want to have the card that bad? Wait a year or two when the prices come back to reality, and then pick up the card. That's all. Moving on. PSA Pop Reports was another thing that I was mulling over in my head this past week. The PSA reports, in my opinion, they're just really overrated right now. I feel like when I'm looking at the pop reports now, I'm not getting an accurate reading. I feel like with all the snap outs that are occurring, I feel like none of them really matter except for the PSA 10s, right? The 10s is what everybody's going for. It's the highest grade you can get. And I think that is where the true pop report can be found. I think, or in something that is not like a very popular card. If it's a more common card, or not caught up in the hype machine, then those readings are going to be okay. But if you get a card, like just the 86 Fleer Michael Jordan rookie, how accurate are those pop reports? Pop outs and snap outs have been such a common thing now. I've even heard of people, snapping it out and resending the same card to PSA 2-3 times just to get a higher grade, or an attempt at getting a higher grade. And that part of the system is corrupt, in my opinion. But there's really no fix for it. I mean, how do you, with the exception of putting some invisible ink or something, I don't want no invisible ink on my cards. And I don't know, it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. And I just was thinking that over this week. Also, I wanted to talk about the 1983 Topps Traded XRC. Okay, here's something that really concerned me this week. I heard somebody, an influencer, was being interviewed on a specific podcast, and the topic of the 83 Topps Traded XRC came up. Which one is the real rookie card? And he very emphatically declared that it was the 1983 Topps Traded, not the 1984. And that's okay. I mean, that's how he feels about it. And it's one of them cards that it's really like, the RC question mark, right? It's questionable. It's one of them cards that are debatable, right? So, and that's okay. I get that. It will always be a debatable card. It's nothing anybody can do anything about it except know the differences and know the story, know both sides of the story on the debate. That's all. But what got me was the statement afterwards was, those things were everywhere. And, me being a little bit older, I kind of remember that I was like 13, 14 years old around that time. And I can tell you that statement is not true. Okay. Now, mind you, sports card shops were not as prevalent as they were in the mid 90s. But I can tell you that I didn't step foot into a card shop until 1986. And I can tell you that when I stepped into that card shop, I did not even know what Topps Traded was. You see, because I grew up in the hood. I grew up in that time, Hammond, Indiana, East Chicago, Indiana. And so, to say that those cards were everywhere is not true, because there was no card shop around my region. Matter of fact, the only sports card shops that were able to be found in the mid 80s were card shops that were in nice neighborhoods. Or the only way you would have gotten to something like that would have been at a card show. But when you're 1983, 1984, Topps Traded was not found everywhere. Packs were found everywhere. I remember riding my bike over to the Walgreens or to the Strachan Van Til grocery store or little convenience store or even the gas stations. You can find packs of cards distributed in those locations. But to say that the Topps Traded, you can find those things everywhere, is not true. Now, by late 1988, 1989, where more and more card shows now are more prevalent, now that card shops are being built more and more by the early 90s, then I would say, yeah, now we can say Topps Traded can be found everywhere. But in 1983, when Topps Traded was released, those cards were not found everywhere. And so it flies in the face, that comment flies in the face of fair and equal distribution. And that has been, to me, one of the pillars of the rookie card is fair and equal distribution. And when you have certain cards distributed in a certain region of the country, but not in others, that's not fair and equal. That's how come I have so much heartburn with Topps 582 Montgomery. You got to belong to this exclusive club, right? You got to pay an annual membership fee to belong to this club, to then have the right to buy this product that is only going to be available for a certain amount of time. That's not fair and equal distribution. And so I've talked about this XRC thing in the past. I have other videos on it. I've gone on other people's channels and I have been asked specifically about the XRC. It's really a topic that I have expounded on so many times. But when I heard this comment that 83 Topps Traded was found everywhere, well, that just triggered another layer for me here. So I wanted to share my thoughts on and that, I could be wrong, but I'm telling you, that is my experience and that is my view of it. That those cards were not found everywhere. But at the same time, I do know that all of those XRC and Fleer update sets from the mid 80s, they are always going to be a topic of debate. It's a questionable thing. It's a jacked up situation, but it is what it is. We have to accept that, I guess. What other choice do we have? My personal solution for it all is I own them both. I own the 83 Topps Traded and I own the 84 rookie cards of all of those guys. So that's how I like to fix the problem. I'll just buy them both, right? Moving on. Another idea that popped in my head, or thought that popped in my head, was the MLB debut patches, right? Is that now going to be, is that going to be another layer of the rookie card? Did the rookie card just have a baby? Is it going to be like prospect cards, debut cards, and then rookie cards? But a debut card technically is a rookie card. So I don't know. We'll have to see how all of that plays out. I'm still a proponent of, I'm going to stick to the principles, because see, they throw all of this stuff at us. But for me, I find it my duty is I'm going to process those MLB debut cards like I do any other cards. And I'm going to filter those debut patches when I finally get one in hand, or I finally get to visually see one on the internet, and I'm able to examine the back side of that card. Then I will take that card, funnel it through the 10 commandments of the rookie card. And then at that point, I can make a determination, because now I have all the facts, I have all the rules, and then I can determine if that card is a pre-rookie, a rookie year, or a true rookie card. And that's how I do it, guys. And it's like, I'm excited about the MLB debut patches, but then at the same time, it's like, man, how are they going to do this? Are they just going to put this in retail packs? Are we going to have issues with weighing packs and weighing boxes again? I don't know, man. How are they going to distribute this card is going to be very, very interesting. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Last topic I wanted to talk on for this episode of Hobby News and Views is a pickup. Let me show you one of my recent pickups. I haven't shown a card in quite some time. I'm sorry about that. I have been getting cards back from PSA. I've been picking up a few things here and there. Nothing really extraordinary. I did buy this one on Instagram. It's the 1993 Power in the Key Michael Jordan. I picked it up in a PSA 8. I got a good price on it from a guy on Instagram. Shout out to @Frankie3500. But here's the thing. I'm going to show you the backside of the card. Backside of the card. I love the design of it. Just a lot of color on that card. A card I've always really wanted. It just has, it's just one of them things that I've always liked it, always wanted it. I just never made it a priority. Frankie was doing like a PSA reveal on Instagram, and then he kind of like shouted out, "Hey, if anybody's interested in any of these, let me know." And I was like, "Yeah, how much?" And that's let me buy this one off of you. And so excited to have that one to the PC. Something I've always wanted. But I'm going to say this in my closing thoughts here. The National is right around the corner, and it's one of them things where I get sad when I hear guys, man, I can't make it because of financial reasons, and it's like, man, that really sucks. I was looking forward to seeing you, that kind of thing. But I can tell you that planning for the National begins now. I mean, waiting the week of or even the month of is kind of too late. The National is an event that really you need to be planning and preparing today. And so I'm really going to reconsider my spending habits. I'm probably going to sit on my hands for a while and let the card account kitty build up for the National, because I'd like to go to the National, with some good amount of money on me. My only issue that I have this year, and it's not issues, right? It's just life and responsibilities. But I have my daughter, Jasmine, is going to be getting married on May 5th. And that's right around the corner here, folks. And then I have a cruise scheduled in October. My wife and I are going to be going on a Royal Caribbean cruise to the Bahamas. And so, that's like a little 1-2 punch there on discretionary income. So it's one of them things where, keeping all of that in mind, I'm going to be slowing down on my spending and really saving up some money for the National, and we'll see how it all plays out. But these are events that I don't want to put. That's not something that I want to put on credit. You don't put a cruise on a credit card. You don't put a wedding on a credit card. You shouldn't anyways, right? And you definitely don't put sports card purchases, or you don't put the National on credit cards unless you're going to pay it off immediately, right? I mean, it's a tool for that. I get it. But I'm talking about if you can't afford it, and putting it on credit cards is not the smart thing to do. It's not what I'm going to do. And so making sacrifices today, right, so I can have a better tomorrow. And that's kind of how I'm going to look at it. With that said, guys, hey, thanks for tuning in. If you made it this far, I hope you like these hobby news and views, or I can just go back to my other type videos. I think a nice mixture of the two really works. I think these are a little bit easier to produce. They're a little less time consuming because I'm just sharing my thoughts and ideas and views on certain topics. But at the same time, I like high quality uh, videos as well. So we'll all see. It's all a balancing act, right? And it's just excited for the writing opportunities that I have. I really enjoy writing. Check us out there at Hobby News Daily. Check us out at Hobby Hotline. And with that said, guys, I will check you out on the next one. Later.